This is the Loracool village. It's in the north-central part of Uganda. I'm told there are nearly 900 villagers here.
There are 3 different clans living here. They were former rivals and competitors, nomads really, who roamed the land scratching out a living. But the government forced them to migrate into just one community. I took a walk around with Sebede Skiyora, a local journalist who explained to me the complexities these villagers face.
And what happened is when the place was gazetted into a nature reserve, a lot of them were moved back here from the place where they used to be, and there are efforts by the government to try and settle them.
To settle them, to get them in one location. Why so?
Well, because it becomes a little bit of a problem, because you see, you don't have that much land anymore, so they can be roaming around. Because if they're going to do that, they probably are going to encroach on the national park, the nature reserve, and that's going to be a problem with the animals. So,
and these are mostly herdsmen too, aren't they?
Absolutely.
A lot like the Maasai.
A lot like the Maasai, yeah. So they never used to put on clothes. This is very new to them. They used to run around half naked with bows and arrows, and looking for water and greener pastures for their cattle. So one of the biggest benefits in settling them is that they're easier to look after.
Not only is it easier to look after them, but also by coming together, they pool their resources and strengths for farming and for protection. This is an agricultural community. Local animals like Cape buffalo and elephants would destroy their crops. Lions might eat their animals, and that would threaten the food source that these villagers need to survive.
You can see over my shoulder one of the many crops that they grow here. I asked the chief, what are the crops? He said 3 main ones: sorghum, maize, and sesame.
I went inside one of the huts, which is called a manyatta, to see where the crops are stored.
This is sorghum that they use for making different stuff, from the bread that they eat to porridge. Porridge is basically like a mixture, something that they can drink for breakfast maybe. And you have the corn here, maize.
The maize.
Yeah, the maize, which is separated from one that is ready for consumption to one that is saved for a later, just in case of a drought or a dry spell. Yeah. And then he says this room is basically for the grandmothers who will keep the grandchildren, as the couple is in another, house doing what elders do. And then so they have the kitchen area here where they cook from, and then they stick on the animal skins, which are dried out in the this will look better.
We used to fence the whole village or the whole clan.
I mentioned earlier the need for protection of their livelihoods. Well, that's also where these fences come in. These fences not only protect them from the animals outside, but it also protects them from people outside who might come in to steal.
In my travels throughout Africa, I've been in a lot of villages just like this one. One thing that always amazes me is that while there's clearly poverty here, you can see that everywhere you look, these people don't have much. But what's always uplifting is when you see these children who always seem to have a smile on their face and who always seem to be just fine, despite their circumstance. Makes you feel better.
So make no mistake about it, life isn't perfect here, not even close. But the people are coping as best they can. And not only that, they celebrate to show the world just how proud they are of their culture and their heritage. It's a heritage that has existed for many, many years. and one that will surely continue for many more. As I continue this tour, I'll leave the plains and head to the jungle in search of this.